The doorbell didn't chime. It struck like a sentence. 3 short, clipped pulses, followed by a silence that held its breath. I knew before I even stood up, knew as I crossed the hallway, step by step, that it was her. I don't believe in omens, not really, but I believe in timing. And nothing had ever arrived more cruelly than the blurred silhouette of her shadow behind the frosted glass. 18 today. 3 years since her last words. I hate you. No explanations. No follow-up. Just silence, cold and whole, packed into those 3 syllables like a seal vault. For 3 years I'd imagined every possibility. Accident, addiction, some teenage spiral carved by my ex-wife's poison whispering. But the truth had always lived behind a door I didn't know how to open. Until now, I opened the door, and there she was. Her hair was longer, her face more defined, sharpened by time and distance. She looked like me, or rather, like the echo of me frozen in a stranger's frame. No hug, no tears, no apology, just a small box cradled in trembling arms. I found this, she said. Her voice was low, brittle as if it might shatter mid-sentence. In Mom's closet. She held it out. Her hands shook, but her gaze didn't. I took the box. It was small, heavy, unremarkable in appearance. But when I opened it, something inside me cracked, quietly like ice beneath a footstep. I didn't cry the way movies show it. It wasn't a slow roll of tears. It was a flood, violent and unstoppable. 3 years of confusion, pain, guilt, uncorked all at once. 3 years ago, she had come back from her mother's house a different person, withdrawn, guarded, distant, and then the message, I hate you, nothing else. She blocked my number, wiped me from her life, like malware she needed to delete. I wrote letters, left cards. I even went to her school once. She walked away without looking back. Her mother never returned my calls either. She didn't need to. Silence had always been her favorite form of cruelty. She didn't shout during our divorce. She just smiled like someone who had already eaten what she came for. I used to think it was the affair that ended us. But now, I wonder if that was just one of many quiet cuts I never saw coming. My daughter didn't know everything, but she had known something. Something her mother told her or let her believe, and that seed had taken root in her heart, festering for years. I didn't spiral. I didn't scream or drink. I watched. I thought. Then I called in a favor from an old friend, retired now, but still a man who knew how to find what others tried to bury. He pulled records, phone logs, bank statements, photos scrubbed from timelines but still lingering in old servers, and patterns emerged. Weekends, she said she was out of town, no flights. Small, regular cash deposits from an untraceable source. And a name, one I didn't recognize, but my friend did. A therapist, specialized in parental alienation, paid in cash, no paper trail. Only one parent would benefit from that diagnosis. I stopped pleading, stopped asking her to forgive me. I started writing cards again, this time with purpose. Inside them were memories, little ones, codes only she and I could understand. I wasn't trying to win her back. I was reminding her of who I was. And then this box. Inside it were photos, letters, an audio recorder, DNA results. My name wasn't on them. Someone else's was. The timelines lined up with brutal precision. Conception during a weekend she claimed to be with friends. The man, an old flame, one she once called mistake, said he meant nothing. But the letters told another story. She wrote to him every birthday, told him our daughter would never know, that I was a placeholder, a name, a quiet man who would never question the cracks. I let the fury settle in me like sediment, cold, heavy. I didn't explode. I waited. The next time I saw my ex-wife, I didn't shout. I just handed her the DNA report. She laughed at first, like it was absurd. Then she read it, and her hands began to shake. She crumpled in her fists like it might erase the truth. I said nothing. I didn't need to. The silence, her weapon, was now mine. Weeks later, my daughter came again. Alone. She looked worn down, hollowed out around the eyes. but not weak. She didn't apologize, and I respected that. Empty words would have meant nothing. Instead, she asked questions. Real ones. I answered everything. Showed her the box. The letters. The facts. She read each page like scripture. Carefully. Quietly. Then she whispered. She said, "You'd leave me if I ever found out." I didn't respond right away. I looked at her. She looked back. "But you didn't." "I knew," I said finally, "before you were 13. I didn't have proof, but I knew. Blood has a scent. And hers had always been slightly off-key. But I raised her, not because she was mine by blood, but because I chose her, every day, through everything. And now she had a choice too. I slid the box across the table. "Take it. It's yours now." That was my moment of power, not keeping her, but letting her walk away, knowing that I had never needed proof to love her, just presence. She visits sometimes now. Not often, but enough. We never talk about the box. She keeps it locked somewhere. I don't ask where. Some truths don't need to be unpacked again. I see my ex-wife occasionally, at a distance, grocery stores, parking lots. She never meets my eyes anymore. That control she once held, her greatest weapon, died the day that box opened. She'll never get it back. And I'll never forget. Not the betrayal, not the silence, not the lie. But I'm not angry anymore. I'm just finished. Because justice doesn't always roar in flames. Sometimes it's a whisper, a quiet, buried truth left waiting in a box. And when you finally find it, it ends everything.